Are people there? Yes. Sorry.
That's okay. Would you close the door behind you? Thank you. Right. Good evening, lovely, lovely people. It's so nice to see you again. So nice to have you again. Thank you so much for joining me. Very nice to see you all here, ready, keen to learn, as always. Absolutely fantastic. I hope you're well, and I hope that you've had a good week so far. Would you just let me know if you can hear me okay? Is everything okay with the sound, the picture, everything? Just a thumbs up would help, if that's okay. I just want to make sure that everyone can hear me okay, please, before we start. Don't want to do all this and then nobody can hear me. Yeah. Lovely. Okay. Very good. I've got a very special guest tonight, and I'm really, really excited about having her on, and hopefully she'll join me. Yes, it's okay. Lovely, lovely. Mr. Rahmatpur. Thank you so much for confirming. How have you been up to? What have you been up to? What have I been up to? That's a good question. These weeks just whiz by, don't they? Excuse me. The weeks just whiz by. Thank you, everybody, for confirming that you can hear me okay. What have I been up to? Basically, I've been working a lot because I'm getting ready for the intermediate course, obviously, that I'm really, really trying for it to be ready around about April time. Apart from that, I have been quite busy attending parent-teacher conferences at my kids' schools. My son is in year 11 of high school, so this year he's got GCSE exams, and I'm really, in the middle of all of that with his teachers and preparing him for his exams and everything. So yeah, it's been a mixture of working and trying to juggle obviously the kids' exams and the mock exams that they have, just making sure that he's okay with his studies, and the same with my daughter. Yeah, typical working parent. Yeah, like a lot of you, Okay, you look so English. I hope, okay, thank you very much. I'll take that as a compliment. I'll take it as a compliment. Thank you. And I'm sure you meant it as a compliment. When somebody says something and we're not sure, is that a good thing or a bad thing? We usually say, I take that as a compliment. I take that as a compliment. An example that I've actually included in the beginner's course is, for instance, somebody might say to you when you go to work, somebody might say to you, for instance, oh my goodness, you're always at work. You're always at work. This could be a good thing. It could mean you're a really hard worker. Well done. Wow. So determined. You're really ambitious. You're very hardworking. It's commendable. So that's a good thing. Another one could be that somebody is trying to say, oh my God, don't you have a life? You're always at work. So it could be meant as a compliment. It could also be meant as a kind of like not a complaint as such, but a little jab, Tikein Dochtan, a little jab. So because we don't know which one they're referring to, we automatically say, thank you. I take it as I will take it as a compliment. Even if you didn't mean it as a compliment, I will still take it as a compliment. That's how we use it. Okay. Right. I did indeed. I know. Sag 834. I know. You're so kind. I know. Nobody here has anything, nobody here has a bad bone in their body. That's an idiom that I've taught before. Everybody here is very pure at heart. I know. Thank you very much. Okay. Bless you. Thank you. Being a parent is difficult, Zahra. Yeah. Being a parent is difficult. Being a working parent is exactly the same. It's like you've got two full-time jobs, right? What can we say when every day is the same? Every day is the same. We just say, same old, same old, same old, same old, but we don't pronounce the D. Same old, same old. Um, back at the grindstone. I'm back at the grindstone. I'm back at the grindstone, which means this is something I'm doing every day. What else? It's the same day in, day out. That means every day. Day in, day out, it's the same. Day in, day out, it's the same. So these are the things that usually we say. Yeah. Um, excuse me. Can we request to join your live? This is from Ali Shahyad. Thank you very much, Ali. I'm actually expecting somebody to join me tonight. I actually have, hopefully, a guest speaker who's going to join me. For some reason, she can't join from her end. So hopefully she'll try again. Yeah. So let's see if we can try this time. No, it's not working for some reason. Right. Nobody has a bad bone in their body. Yes. Right. Not this person. Sorry. Here we go. Let's try again. I'm actually recording this. Whatever I'm pressing is being recorded on my phone. So you guys will be able to see. Yes. Okay. Right. How are you? I'm very well. Thank you so much. Thank you for asking. Yes,
Hey,
you
hi
made
Leila.
it.
Hello.
How are you?
Yes, hi.
Thank
I'm
you for
fine, thank
trying.
you.
Thank you for trying and
Oh,
not
of
giving
course.
up. Oh, thank you so much.
Sure, it's always Instagram playing a little bit.
I know, absolutely. I just want to introduce the lovely, lovely guest that I have. A lot of you might already know her. She's the lovely, I've referred to her before as Teacher Mahi. Yeah, she's the lovely teacher who is working. We're working together in a team. Purely, obviously, I love the way that Mahi teaches, and I really like her English. Her English is really good. And she has been so lovely. She's taken on a lot of my students because I'm not teaching that many students anymore. I'm focusing on the courses. And Mahi has come in like an angel and she's rescued me and she's taken a lot of my students. And my students are very happy with her as well. So thank you for being
Thank
here
you.
tonight, Mahi.
Thank you.
How are you? How's it going? What have you been up to?
Everything is good. I would say hi to all those followers of yours that are watching this live, and thank you for having me here. Things are just same old, as you just mentioned, and nothing new, just busy with life. Here we have school holiday, so my daughter is at home. I'm enjoying parenting more than normal days when she goes to school. So same old, same old.
Uh-huh. Very good.
But actually, today I got a chance to finally try that coffee shop that I've told you about.
Right. You told me about it.
Yes, don't you remember last week I was telling you about this grand opening that was happening next to my office, and there was so many exciting advertising going around?
I'm so sorry. I'm drawing a blank. No, I can't remember.
Oh, oh my God. I mean, like, let me remind you, you see right across my office,
Okay.
there is there was this very rusty, ugly building that they finally decided to do something about it. And they renovated it and they opened this new coffee shop, and that there was this grand opening last week. I was in class teaching and they had this live music going on. It was very disturbing, actually. And I thought I talked about it with you. Maybe I'm mistaken.
I
Sorry.
haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about. No. Gosh, I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
No.
That's fine.
Right.
That's totally all right. Well, now you know there is a new coffee shop right across my office, and I finally got the chance today to go there and see what do they have. And actually, I found the weirdest thing ever. They had Dubai chocolate coffee.
Sorry?
Dubai chocolate coffee.
Dubai, what's that? Dubai chocolate? I've heard of Turkish coffee, Arabic coffee. I've heard of African coffee. I've heard of all these coffees, but not, what was that? Sorry, can you say it again?
Yes, Dubai chocolate coffee. Actually, it's the new trend going around. There is this chocolate that they call it Dubai chocolate, which is not a special thing. It's just a new way of representing pistachio in coffee in chocolate. So it's a layer of chocolate, some pistachio, some baklava noodles, which they call it shahiye, if I'm not mistaken, something like that, and then another layer of chocolate. So this is called Dubai chocolate. It's viral thing nowadays. You can find it everywhere in most famous chocolate brands. But now this coffee place had Dubai chocolate coffee.
Right. I'm so sorry. I'm sure you must have said it, and it's me, it's not you, but I'm really having difficulty making out what you're trying to say. It's just not registering at
It's
all.
totally fine. It's totally
So
fine.
sorry.
Imagine they serve coffee like a latte or a macchiato or any type, but then they add pistachio flavor in it. So they share this little flavor of Dubai chocolate mixed with coffee. So you're drinking coffee with a little bit bitter pistachio flavor. So it's nothing like the advertisement. It's just following the trend. So that's all that. It's just it was really interesting for me at first when I saw it in the menu, but it's just a coffee with pistachio flavor.
I think the part that threw me, what you were just saying, the part that threw me was the part that you said something about noodles. I can't
Yeah,
understand how you
yeah.
can have noodles and coffee.
I'm not really the expert here in like making this kind of stuff, but as I'm not mistaken, they call it the kadayif noodles, if I'm not mistaken. In Turkey, that's what they call it. And
Right.
I think this shar here is also some other countries call it that. So they're something like that. They're not actually noodles, but they're like noodles. If you've tried a Lebanese baklava, maybe, or some sweets, Turkish sweets,
Yes.
they have this very, very tiny strings that they are make this baklava from it.
Right,
Or
right.
yeah, it's a
Anyway,
special
anyway,
kind. So yeah.
moving on, because it's for some reason it's not there. I'm racking my brain and it's not there. Moving on. Tell me about your experience. How did you find it?
It was super bitter, not tasty at all. I mean, the chocolate, it's white chocolate thing, it's just normal. It's just super overrated, I would say. There's nothing amazing about it. It's just chocolate with pistachio in it. And but the coffee was really, really bad, I would say,
Re-
because the
Dear.
taste of pistachio uh, was not the best flavor, really.
So
Or
you wouldn't
maybe
recommend it?
they just, no, definitely not recommending it. It's just like too much bitterness in a bitter coffee. So even sugar couldn't help me.
Right. Wow. So even adding sugar didn't help.
No, it
Oh
was
God.
nothing was working really. And
Yeah.
all my colleagues told me stop drinking it, but I had this feeling, no, I have to do it. I can do it. Maybe in next sip I would feel it. It would get me. No,
It
just
never happened.
didn't work. Never happened.
Oh dear. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And I'm guessing, I don't know, I'm guessing it was because it's something new. And I've read some of the comments here that apparently it's trending. So I'm guessing it's a little bit pricier than the other coffees that
It
they,
was.
yeah.
It was like 40% more expensive
Oh
than other
gosh.
coffees. So,
Right.
yep,
So not worth the extra
not at
bucks.
all.
No,
Not at all. Unless you want to just throw away some money and you just really don't want that money, maybe you want to try it.
really. Gosh.
I bought it I tried it. Now I'm sharing the experience so you don't have to go through it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that on board. So it was quite an expensive experience. It turned out for you, and quite painful, I'm guessing, because you had to sit
It
there and
was.
tolerate that horrible bitter taste. Right. I'm surprised. I'm really shocked at what you're saying, and yet how it's trending. It's just exploded, all over the internet, hasn't it? Because right now that you're
It
talking
is.
about it, some things are coming back to me. Let me just write this down. Some things are coming back to me that I might have seen on Instagram, TikTok, places like that, that they keep talking about this Dubai chocolate. It was just the noodle part, I think, that threw me a little bit. But yeah, some things are coming back to me. I don't think I'd try it though. I have seen something similar, and I could be totally off. I could be totally off, but I think I've seen something similar at Starbucks here in the UK. Something about some kind of Dubai chocolate thing. I don't know if they've changed the name, but somebody said that they're trying to, persuade the Brits to have a go at it here as well. And as you know, Brits are very difficult people to please. They have their own
Um,
taste.
yeah,
It took years for us to get used to Lidl and Aldi and European flavors.
right.
So good luck to them for trying to get Brit to try this Dubai coffee, especially if you say it's not very nice. Okay.
The
I've,
chocolate though is not that bad, I have to say. The chocolate is not that bad. It's just really overrated. There's nothing special about it. But the coffee, not my cup of
Not
coffee.
your cup of coffee, right? I've got
Yes.
Mona here who's commenting, even in Tehran, it's getting a trend. And I have tried a piece, nothing special about it. Right, right. And then Shadi says trending things have business purpose most of the times. Right. Okay. It's sorry, it's me a bit thick. Do you mean they add pistachios in the coffee? It's me being a bit thick. Very good, very good. Right, lovely. Thank you for that, Mahi. Thank you very much for that
You're welcome.
conversation. Okay,
Yep.
a very interesting conversation. So, do you want to tell our followers what we were just doing right there?
Yes. So what we did, me and Leila, we were trying to have a conversation about something that during this conversation, we had some awkward moments, some moments that Leila didn't know what am I talking about, and or she felt that she forgot something that we had a conversation about before. So we wanted to show you if such situations happen to you and you are in a situation that you either forgot something or you don't know what to say, what is the right reaction, what kind of idioms you can use, what is the alternative ways of asking the person to repeat again to make the situation more clear for you, to add some information to make it understandable so you don't feel awkward anymore and you get what is happening.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And hopefully, the lovely teacher Mahi and myself have been able to bring it home. We've been able to allow people to understand what we're trying to say. I'm going to go through all the idioms right now. But just to draw this conversation to a close, thank you very much for that. Now,
You're welcome.
really, really, role play aside, have you actually tried this coffee?
Yes,
Really?
that was a real life experience, a
Right,
bad one.
right, right. Okay.
Yeah, me and
So,
my colleagues, we always try a new place once a month. And this time we tried this new cafe actually. And they all went for, the usuals that they always try. But I have this talent of finding the weirdest item in the menu all the
mm,
time. And most of the time, I should say, I'm lucky, but not this time.
Right, right. Okay. There's something about maybe the weirdest, the strangest that kind of like shouts at you, shouts out at you maybe
Yes.
from the menu. The same happens to me as well. Whenever I go somewhere new, I actually took my mum to Italy one year for her birthday. um, Took her to Rome just for a long weekend. And we went to a proper pizza shop, which is lovely. Pizzas there are very nice. They're not like the very perfect round pizzas that you find here. I'm sure you already know. We got pizza and we got the margarita pizza. And no word of a lie, Mahi, no word of a lie. They had it was so cheesy. I mean, I love cheese. I really like cheese, good quality cheese. I really like it. This was so cheesy. I know we have so cheesy as an idiom, but this literally was so cheesy. I could only tolerate one slice of it, and we had to
Oh
order
God.
something else off the menu. Myself and my mum, we absolutely hate wasting food. So usually if we go to someone's house or even if we burn the food ourselves, we still eat it because we don't like to waste food. But this one, honestly, we just couldn't. We just couldn't. It was really, really bad. So we had to order something else off the menu. Um,
So they really overdid it, I guess.
so cheesy, so cheesy. And for some reason, the waiter took offense. He wasn't very happy that we'd left all the pizza. And I looked around and I said, well, to be honest, not many people have actually ordered this item off the menu. As you can see, we're the only ones. There must be a reason for that. You might want to have a chat
Good
with the
point.
chef, maybe. Yeah,
Good
so
point,
we had to
exactly.
order something else. Yeah, yeah. It was just loaded, absolutely loaded with cheese. Yeah, too much of it.
So
Anyway,
it was a real experience for me. I'm just sharing this with you. It's up to you. You want to try it, go for it. But I don't
no, no,
recommend it at
thank
all.
you. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. No, there's something, I mean, having nuts and stuff, they do sell. There's a lovely, lovely lady who works at the Trafford Centre. Lovely lady. And she was very kind enough to give me a lovely coffee drink last time I went. It had pistachio and chocolate and all kinds of lovely things. It was a cold coffee drink. She gave it to me. Very rich. Obviously, it's not something I would have every day. And I could only have maybe half of it because it was really rich. It was lovely. It just worked. You know, the coffee, the cream, the chocolate, the pistachio, it really worked nicely. But I think what you're talking about with the Dubai chocolate one, there must be something in it. Maybe it's the proportion or whatever that just doesn't seem to work, maybe.
And I don't think that was real pistachio. I think it was just a flavor.
Mm, mm.
So I don't believe it was real pistachio because we're Iranians. I mean, we
You
love
guys know
pistachio and
pistachio
everything.
better than
So,
anyone else, right? Yeah.
right.
Right. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Thank you so much for that. I really
You're
appreciate
welcome. My
that. And it was
pleasure.
very nice to see you as well, Mahi. Before you
Thank you.
go, would you mind kindly just telling our learners, our lovely followers, about the conversation club that you've
Yes.
started?
Yes. Um, just like the conversation that me and you had right now, when we start practicing English, especially for those students who are not living in English speaking countries, we get the chance to use all those idioms, vocabulary, grammar that we studied and actually turn it into an ability because speaking English is an ability. You cannot just learn it through reading text or just learning grammar. And you may learn all the grammar that is there or just memorize as many vocabulary as possible. But if you're not using it, it's not going to be the ability of speaking English. This is what I do here in my face-to-face classes, and I realized for many online students, especially the students that I've known through your page, that they need to start speaking. They know grammar, they've been to English classes for a long time, and they need to start using English. And I thought this could be a chance in a speaking club, in small groups. They can actually sit together, they have a topic, and they have the chance to think about it before the club, actually. And then when during the club, they will have a conversation with each other. I would be the coordinator. If they make a grammar mistake, I will just remind them why this is not the correct form and how can they improve it, or what is the best way to say this sentence, and if there is an idiom that they can use in this specific situation, for example, what would be the best choice and how can they use that idiom in sentences. So with this practice, all those lessons that they already had would become into an actual ability, turn into an actual ability.
Lovely,
So
lovely.
that's my goal.
Yes, yes, you're absolutely right, because there are certain skills that no matter how many videos you watch, how many books you read, no matter how much of it you put in there, until you actually do it, cooking, riding a bike, driving, whatever, you never master the skill until you've actually done it. Absolutely. And English is a very communicative subject. It's not like you can lock yourself in the bedroom and open your notebook like you can do with maths and physics. It is a communicative subject. So you need to have someone else to talk with. You're absolutely right. So you're saying that the students in advance will have an idea of the topic. So if they wanted,
Yes.
they could even go away, do some reading, or at least think about it. And when they come to the club online, they have the opportunity to talk about it, and they can say whatever they want to say, and you are there just to guide them in the right way. I love,
Yes.
sorry, I love the part that you mentioned about correcting students, because this is a big, big thing. I was a student as well, myself, obviously, all of us, we've been students at some point. And for me, whenever my professor, lecturer, anybody, whenever that person would just give me the correct version, I would never understand. There was always a gap between what I had said and then what the correct version is. I needed someone to explain to me, well, why is mine wrong? Right? So just giving me the correct version wasn't enough. But the part that you just mentioned, that you actually correct them and you tell them why what they had said is wrong, I think that's really important for them to know that, for them to know it's wrong and this is why it's wrong. I think that's where we've got lots of teachers all over the world, not just from certain aspects, all over the world, who jump in too quickly and they just correct the student very quickly, even mid-sentence, which can be really off-putting for the student. And the student still doesn't know why their answer was wrong, and they've lost their train of thought as well. They've lost what they were talking about. So that's really important. And the part also that you say you give them an alternative of maybe idioms or higher versions of the vocab that they could use. So what they said is correct, but you're helping them to elevate their English a little bit more. Sounds great.
Yes,
Really
that's
good.
exactly what I hope to do, which I think if someone follows this club and attend as many sessions as possible, they will start to feel the change as quickly as they can never imagine, basically. I've seen lots of students since I started working with you that they have great knowledge on grammar, but when they are in a situation that in our classes I give a scenario to them and let's talk about it, they just freeze. They cannot actually make any sentences. And this is why speaking, practicing how to speak in a group, not just with a teacher. Yes, it is nice to have a teacher to practice, but if you practice in a group to hear other people, to understand other people when they speak English, to get the ability to understand what other people tell you, and then respond to that is something that you can practice and get through speaking club.
Fantastic, fantastic. Because as teachers, yourself, me, and any other teachers who are here, I saw the lovely Ali also has joined, one of the lovely teachers that I follow. So hi, Ali. I wasn't able to say hi because the lovely Mahi was speaking, but hi, very happy to have you here. You know, as teachers, what we do is we create courses, create lessons, But we can never actually predict if a student says this, what could the response be from the other person? We can never predict that. So all we can do is we can teach the students what to say, what to ask, first or second sentences. The rest is actually on the student to put this in practice and to see what comes out of it, you know, what the response is from either a real conversation out with an English speaker or anybody in a group. Absolutely. One thing I'm just going to add, and that is I've had lots of students, you might have had this as well, Mahi. I've had lots of students who focus so much on pronunciation. And they've said, oh, you know, I want native, I just want pronunciation. And I've said, well, before you can work on pronunciation, you need to have the ability to speak first, to be able to string a sentence together first and then worry about pronunciation. Because when you're speaking, I'm sure people will understand what you're saying, regardless of what your pronunciation is. We are all trained to hear all kinds of different accents now. In the UK, people who live in the UK, they know a native English speaker. That's not everybody. I mean, you've got Indian accents, African accents, Arabic, all these different accents who speak English. So I'm sure pronunciation should not be the top priority for people who are just learning English at a beginner or intermediate level. Do you agree?
Exactly. If you focus too much on pronunciation, I mean, as long as you're not pronouncing something super wrong, which would change the meaning of the word, anything else would work for you in this level. And if you focus too much on pronunciation, you would leave many important things behind.
Absolutely, absolutely. It starts distracting you, doesn't it? Because you're thinking
Exactly.
so much about the pronunciation. There's a lady actually I spoke to, I might have mentioned this in my life before. She was practicing, she was thinking so much about the pronunciation that what she was saying wasn't making sense. I couldn't understand what she was saying because she was focusing so much on the pronunciation. I'm not going to keep you any longer. Thank you so much for joining me. I've
You're
got a few.
welcome. It was my pleasure.
Thank you. I've just got a few students, sorry, who are asking how they can join the club. Would you like to just shed some light on that, please?
Yes, I'm gonna just briefly explain it.
Thank you.
Of course, you can check my Instagram page. There are information in the post that are both on my page and Leila's page. There is a link on my bio. It's a Google form. You can simply fill that form. And if you put your email and your phone number, I can contact you with more details. The details of the club is there. You can pay if you're in Iran, if you're outside Iran, and it's a monthly payment. So you just pay once per month, but with each payment you can attend 4 sessions of club. I always try to make it more affordable because I know practicing conversation is essential, but maybe money would be a problem. I tried my best to make it as affordable as possible, and it's once a week in a specific time. You can choose the time that you prefer, based on the time you want. You choose the specific club. You have a Telegram group for the class. When you are registered for the club for the next month, you're in that group. Always get the notification before the club date for the topic, so you have time to think about it. And then at that time, you would just join the club and attend the club. You will have the conversation, and then we will wrap it up with some notes in our basically chat, like the club chat. So simply just click on the link on my bio and or comment in the posts that we have on Leila's page or my page, and then I will get back to you.
Thank you so much. That sounds good because a lot of that sounds great. A lot of students message me, and I'm sure they message you. I don't have a partner. I want to speak English. I know English. I don't know who to practice with. This is a fantastic opportunity that they've got people who are learning the same as they are, and they get to practice this every week. I think it's great. If I were a student, this is a fantastic opportunity. But on top of the one lesson that they have with you, I would really make the most of that Telegram group as well. And I would maybe pick a couple of people in the Telegram group and create my own little group and practice with them 4 or 5 times a week based on what we've learned with the teacher. And then so next week, obviously, we might have some questions to come back to the teacher, or at least we've used our time effectively. Once a week isn't enough. We need to put the homework in as well. Okay. Thank you so
Yes,
much. Thank you so
you're
much for joining
welcome.
me.
My
It was
pleasure.
lovely to
Thank
see
you.
you and have you. And I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you. Me too. Have a
Thank
great
you.
evening.
Take care. Thank you, Mahi.
Bye-bye.
Lovely. Thank
Bye.
you so much for that. Okay. There you have it.
How
Now,
should I leave? Sorry, Leila. How should I leave
um,
your live? I have no idea.
I don't know either. I don't know. I'm too
So I
scared of.
would just leave the live and then come back again, maybe.
I think at the top, right, you should have maybe an X or something. Is that right? Or
Okay.
if you
Yes, I
click on
think so.
comment or something. Sorry.
Yes, I will try that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. What I'm going to do for the lovely followers, oh, there we go. So thank you so much, Mahi. What I'm going to do for all the lovely people here in the live, and also people who are going to watch this later on YouTube, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the lovely Mahi's profile, her page, and I will put it in a story. So whoever wants can actually click on that, go to Mahi's page, and then click in the bio. It sounds like a fantastic opportunity. A lot of you are saying, who can we practice with? There you go. Not only do you have a teacher there to guide you, help you, correct you, instruct you, you've got other people to practice with as well. And then you've got a private, exclusive Telegram group that you can keep in touch every single day if you need to. It doesn't have to be 2-3 hours a day. It can even be just 5 minutes a day, even in the form of a quick WhatsApp call or anything. Hey, how's it going? How have you been doing? What have you been up to? And how was it today? How was work? This itself is conversation practice, right? So that's really good, definitely. And I will definitely put her profile, her address in a story at the end of this, definitely. Right. So thank you again so much to the lovely teacher Mahi who joined me there. We went through, in our role play, we went through a few idioms of when initially Mahi mentioned a type of drink, and I didn't initially, sorry, she told me about this cafe that I couldn't remember. So she said that previously she told me about this cafe, and I'm thinking I can't remember anything. So that's an embarrassing situation for me. It's an awkward situation for me. The idioms that I used in this situation, and again in YouTube, I'm going to put them in the caption for you. The first one, I haven't the faintest idea. Faintest, the word faint, EST at the end. Faintest idea. I haven't the faintest idea what you're referring to. I have no idea what you're talking about, right? So that's one way of saying something to somebody when they're saying something and you're like, what are you talking about? I don't even understand what you're talking about. Okay. I haven't the faintest idea. Faintest, that means tiny. I have no idea what you're talking about. The next one, I said, I'm drawing a blank. I'm drawing a blank. That means, I'm so sorry, my brain is empty right now about the topic that you're talking about. Obviously, I've got other things in my brain, but about the topic that you're talking about, I'm drawing a blank. I can't think of anything. I can't remember anything, and I can't think of anything to say about this topic. I'm drawing a blank. I'm drawing a blank. Right, and then we moved on. And then the lovely Mahi started talking about the name of this coffee. Initially, if I want her to repeat, I'll say, what's that? What's that? What's that? Or say again. Say again. The correct version, the complete version is, would you say it again, please? But we don't talk like that. We do we? That's a bit robotic. We just say again. say again, say again. Excuse me. Next one I mentioned, I can't make out. Make out. That means figure out, understand. I can't make out what you're saying. I can't make out what you're saying. Now, make out has lots of different meanings. It's one of those phrasal verbs that has different meanings. Here, it means understand or get a conclusion. I can't make out what you're saying. I can't make out what you're saying. The next one, I apologized because she kept trying to explain and I wasn't getting it. So I didn't want her to think it's her fault. So this is where I place the blame on me. Now, something I've always been saying is if in a conversation I'm talking and you don't get what I'm trying to say, it's not your fault. It's my fault as the speaker. It's my responsibility to try and make it understandable for you to see what I'm trying to say. Okay. Now, in that conversation, Mahi was the speaker, but I didn't want her to start feeling embarrassed. And this is how we are in everyday life, in real situations. If someone is saying something, especially if it's over the phone, and especially if it's an accent we're not completely familiar with, if it's something like that, we don't want that person to be embarrassed. You might have been in that kind of situation where you're on the phone and you're talking to somebody, you know, about the internet, about your bills, utilities, anything like that. And you keep asking them to repeat and they keep repeating and you're not getting it. And some people, you know, they lose it. They get angry and, oh, for God's sake, speak properly, and which is very rude. We don't want to be like that. We want to say, even though you are the speaker and it's your responsibility for me to understand, we take the blame. We say, it's not you, it's me. It's me. You are trying to explain to me, but I'm not getting it, right? It's just a really nice cultural thing that we have in any culture, in any country, where we can see that person is trying so hard to make sense and get us to understand, and it's just not happening. It's not you, it's me. It's not you, it's me. Okay. And finally, I said it through me. Through here, we've got different spellings of through, haven't we? It's one of those words that has one pronunciation, but different kinds of spelling. So through here is past tense of throw. When you throw the ball, right? Past tense is through. It threw me. It threw me. That means it confused me. It completely threw me. And it did. I used it in the conversation with Mahi. The part where she said there was some kind of really thin kind of noodles or something that were used in the coffee itself. And that threw me. That completely confused me. Noodles in coffee? What? So that's the part that I said. It threw me. It threw me. Okay. And at the very end, I realized that, okay, we're not getting very far. She's trying and I'm not getting it. So I said, moving on, moving on. That means, look, you're going to keep repeating and I'm still going to be confused. Let's stop. Okay. Let's continue the conversation. We say, moving on. Moving on, that means please continue. Moving on, and then we continue the conversation. These are lovely idioms and expressions and phrasal verbs that you can use whenever you're in this kind of a situation. Someone's trying to say something to you. It might be a difficult name. It might be a difficult terminology that you're not very familiar with. And you've asked them a few times for them to repeat it, but you're still not getting it. And this might make some people feel a bit awkward. So these are a lovely set of words and expressions that you can use. Another one that could happen in the workplace is when someone says, remember that email I sent you? And you're like, no, what email? Or remember that meeting we went to? Sorry, it doesn't ring a bell. What meeting? Again, we can be placed in an awkward situation where somebody says they've told us something, but we're like, it doesn't ring a bell. Sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah. So even in those situations, again, we can use tonight's idioms as well. Okay. Very good. So moving on. Yeah, carry on. Lovely. Thank you for everybody who's writing it down. Oh gosh, I've gone red in the face, haven't I? Thank you for everybody who's writing and helping with the comments. Layla, you are such a great teacher. You're very kind, Layla. Very kind of you. I'm not a great teacher. You are very good listeners, all of you. You're very good at listening and being there, being active and everything. Thank you so much. Okay. Yes, great. Thank you. Thank you. Lovely. So thank you all for joining. Very kind of you, very nice of you to give me and the lovely teacher Mahi some of your time. Gosh, we've gone over 45 minutes. So what I'm going to do, obviously, I've recorded this session and it was a treat for me to have the lovely Mahi teacher Mahi with us. Are you embarrassing? Are you embarrassed? We need the ED, don't we? Are you embarrassed? Usually, no, I'm not embarrassed, usually. Yeah. Do you teach IELTS? I do not. Sorry, I used to, not anymore. Sorry. ثبت نام برای کلاس ها. Right, so this coming week, as of tomorrow, you're going to see some of my videos, some of my reels, and we will be starting enrollment again for my beginners course. Anybody who didn't have the opportunity to sign up for Black Friday, remember, I will be enrolling people again for that course. Are you having YouTube channel? I do. I have a YouTube channel. Yes. This video, all my Instagram lives are saved on the YouTube channel. They live there. They stay there. And every week, once I've uploaded it onto YouTube, I share the link with you so that you can click on it. It takes you straight to YouTube. You can watch this video again. And I've got the caption there as well under the video. Okay. My face, yeah, my face has got red. I don't know why. This side has and this side hasn't. So I'm I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, I need to see what's going on. Lovely, lovely. And I will definitely put another story up tonight as well with the lovely Mahi and her page. So you can go on there and fill in that form as well. She's very, very kind, very nice, saying that she's taken into account the whole idea that obviously Tumon is going up by the day, and she's made it very affordable for everybody. So I think that was very generous, very kind of her. Okay, thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Thank you for everybody who took part in the conversation and the comments. Thank you, Jordan Life Journey. You're very kind. Thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you all again next Sunday. Okay, take care of yourselves. Look after yourselves. It's getting a bit chilly, so wrap up warm. And I hope you have a great weekend, great week for everybody. Okay. Yes, that's it. Thank you so much. Good night.